Hi, this is James Page for SAT TV at Satellite 2025 in Washington. We're on the ST Engineering iDirect stand, and I'm with Brian Jakins, and we're going to talk about a few interesting points today. But we can see what's behind you at the moment, and we're going to come on to talking about that. But if we go back 12 months to this time last year at this show, that's when Intuition was launched. Perhaps you can say, what's the year been like? How well has that product been received?
Very exciting, very busy. Customers want to know more. So this is our first cloud native platform, our most advanced in the 30 years that we've been doing this business. And our clients have really taken to, we want to know more. When can we grab it? When can we adopt it? What is it going to mean for our business? And when are you guys going to be ready for your commercial release? So it's been a busy time for us, and the product has been evolving. Obviously, so we're meeting our milestones in terms of the release. Our next release is in the third quarter of this year, and that's 1.1. So then it will be commercially available, and we'll start deployments with some of our larger customers. We've already got a customer on board that's been taking that to market, and we'll be talking about an announcement in terms of taking this product into a different, let's say, commercial model for mass adoption, based on what we've seen specifically around cost, OPEX, CAPEX, how we drive differentiated services into the market. So it's an exciting time for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's especially exciting, and we can see that they're at this show now. So we're talking about Intuition Unbound.
Yeah.
So that is a new sort of iteration. Perhaps you can tell us what's the origins of that. What's it doing? What's it helping the operators to do?
So this is really taking what our customers are talking to us about today. The skill set from a satellite perspective is diminishing across the board. They're looking for different financial models that are not CapEx constrained, where they can look at how they deploy instead of, taking a big investment and saying, let's build it and hopefully our customers come. They want to get rid of that, and they want to focus on how do they get market penetration, how do they address their customer needs and their customer challenges and what have you, and who are the partners that will support them in this new go-to-market. So we've taken our cloud native Intuition product, and we're offering this as a service to our clients as a whole, but specifically these global players that understand what they want to do in their markets, but don't really want to spend a lot of money in terms of investment upfront. And they want to go and drive the market into what they're delivering, whether it be mobility services, fixed services, commercial aero services. So Unbound is really taking the capabilities and the skill sets that we have and offering them a different financial model to take to market. So more from an OPEX perspective, no longer having to make a huge investment. And then we look at it as a subscription. So as they grow in terms of their deployments, their pricing becomes less. So it's a typical pay-as-you-grow sort of model. And what they're paying for is they're just subscribing to a service. They don't have to make these big investments in terms of deployments and take the risk with that. So we're really reducing their risk. It's an exciting time because a lot of customers have been hearing about this service offering, and they've been saying, we've been waiting for this for years.
Yeah, and now it's here.
And now it's here. So good time.
You've mentioned cost a couple of times there. You mentioned CapEx and OPEX, which is always going to be a consideration. But you've also talked there about what this is helping to do and the problems it's helping to solve. Are we seeing people move away maybe from initially just thinking about things from a cost perspective, and they're thinking about agility and innovation and what this does and solves for?
Absolutely, and this is a combination. So this is where you see it all coming together. So we're taking what we believe is one of the best ground infrastructure systems available in the market today, future looking. So it's modular in the approach, where everything is going software. So it's a disaggregation of hardware and software, and we look at virtualization. What can you virtualize? What can you not virtualize? And then you add the service offering on top of that. You remove all the complexity and risk from our client base, so they can focus on how do they grow their markets. And this is just bringing the best of breed in terms of technology, wrapping it into a service layer and taking it into market. And this, like I said, it takes a lot of the risk away. It's a different model that we haven't seen from ground infrastructure providers or manufacturers like us. And we're a technology engineering company. So, we're backing our technology that we have produced with Intuition, and we're wrapping this in a service layer and taking it to market. So I think that what we've already seen, we have trialed this with a few customers. They've seen huge benefits. And when a customer takes your service and he says, oh, am I actually using your platform? Am I deploying? I don't see any issues with this at all. You've achieved something with them because their focus is no longer on the technology innovation, on how do I support the product? Have I got a support contract in place? Have I got people out there to do what I need them to do on the back end of my infrastructure?
Yeah.
And they just focus on
They
solving
do
their challenges for their customers. And that's how we're taking it to market. So there's been a big uptake from our customers saying, we want to take this, we want to partner with you, let's get this rolling. So the innovation is there, the technology is there. It's just a different way that we're going to take it to market.
Okay, really interesting. Thank you for unpacking some of that. Interesting that you just sort of alighted on innovation and technology. And one thing I'd like to get your opinion. I know it was Mobile World Congress last week, and one of the key themes I think that came out of that event was thinking about convergence, and that event's moved over time. There is far more of a satellite presence that shows.
Absolutely, yes.
That's the future, the sort of being able to work more broadly across the whole telecom sector.
Definitely.
Is that what you're thinking?
Definitely. I think there's a couple of things. So it's artificial intelligence. How do I use artificial intelligence for orchestration, simplification? How do I take the convergence of SATCOMs and typical what we know as telco GSM environment and provide convergence? So we're looking at how do we demystify this for the telcos, because traditional terrestrial means of connectivity don't get to where the telcos need to go. And when they embrace alternate technologies, it needs to be at the same level as what you used to expect as a customer of a telco. It needs to be strict in terms of SLAs, there needs to be security, all of these things that satellite can bring. And when you look at the open standards from a Diffie perspective or 3GPP, this allows us to converge these two technologies. And as a customer, as a consumer, we don't really care how we connect. All that we care about is how that we do connect, and we want to make sure that it's based on some form of standard, that we can have proper interoperability, and that we can measure and manage what we're deploying, in a way that, so it's all SLA based.
Yeah.
So it can't be just a best effort service, particularly in critical communications, in Department of Defense. Mobility is a key market for us. So the convergence is happening fairly rapidly, but the standards in terms of open standards and having common standards that these can integrate seamlessly together and provide sort of seamless roaming across terrestrial and non-terrestrial networks, this is where we see the biggest convergence in our industry.
Great. Okay. Really, really fascinating. We hope those standards can keep up with the technology, which is sometimes the issue. But
technology keeping up with the standards, I think. So the standards are an enabler for us to bring these technologies together.
Good. All right. Well, that's probably for another day. Let's talk about that next time.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's been fascinating to unpack some of that. Really excited about Intuition Unbound, and best of luck with both products for the future.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for talking to us.